Can't stop, won't stop, get guap.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, A Days with Diners. I'm back and I'm better, whatever. If you're new here, hey, my name is Adeswa. Thanks so much for clicking on this video and taking time out of your day to watch me. I really appreciate it. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel and also click the notification bell so you can receive notifications each time I do post. If you're still unsubscribed, however, and you've been coming here and watching me time and time again, I don't know what you're doing. Just subscribe. So as you guys can see in this video, I'm going to be talking about my Afronation 2019 experience. I'm going to be like breaking this video down into different sections of things I think people want to know about Afronation and just my experience. I did attend Afronation 2019 and can I just say, like, I loved it. I loved not every single minute of it but I loved it as a whole. It was an amazing experience. It was just, oh, it was amazing. Like, imagine black people, of course not everyone there was black, there was some white people, there were some Asians, there was some Arabs. The majority of people were black. Like, of course, it's Afronation. Imagine like black people from different walks of life and different parts of the world in the UK congregating in just one space. Magical. It was amazing. I was there for the music, for the artists, just for the whole vibe. It was amazing. The headliners were Burna Boy, of course my husband. Davido, however you say his name. Jay Huss, and he was the special guest. I think he performed on the Monday. And Wizkid, who performed on the last day. Like, they didn't fail. Like, I went for the headliners. Like, I didn't really go for the acts that were before the headliners. And can I just say something about that? Like, some of the acts, the introductory acts, whatever you call them, some of them were so irrelevant and just so rubbish. Like, who was bad? I don't even want to be negative, but I'm so sorry. Steph London, her performance, if you haven't already seen like the Twitter videos, like, you should really, I was there, and I think she performed the day Wizkid performed. I didn't even go to the front because the lineup that day was so shit. I was at the back, and for every single day I made my way to the front. By the last day I was just over it. Like, I wasn't, because being at the front is the effort. Especially when the lineup isn't banging and there's so many acts that you just don't care about, that it's like everyone's just standing waiting for the headliner. So I don't know, being at the front was really long. By the last day I was over it. I made my way to the middle, but being at the front, it's just when the headliner's on or when there's acts that you love, it's amazing. But when it's just the introductory acts that no one cares about, being at the front is long because you're just standing there for 4 to 5 hours just waiting for them to just get off. As for like the whole like vibe and whatever, it was in Algarve, Portimao, and that's basically like the coast of Portugal, and the weather was amazing. It was like warm, sunny. It was hot, but it wasn't like an uncomfortable heat. Like when it's hot in London, it's not nice, but there it was really nice. There was breeze. It was A1. It was A1. So I came on the 30th at night. So the 31st we had a whole day to like do what we want. We booked a motive for the 31st and it was called Vibes in Algarve. It was Vibes in Algarve. It was my first clubbing experience. I wouldn't even classify it like clubbing. Like it was more of like a motive, but it was clubbing. I don't know how to say it, but it was so good. That's my advice. Make sure you come a day or two earlier, and make sure for that day you have something planned. Like on the 31st, me and my friends went to the beach, and then after we went to the club. So I guess that's a tip. If you're going next year, make sure you book a motive on Shubs or whatever, and come a day or two in advance so you can really just enjoy your time before the festival actually starts. As for like the people, I don't know, it was just positive vibes. Like everyone was just on having fun, on having a good time. The man dem were on what man dem are usually on. No, we don't need to say it. Girl them were really doing up. Everyone was doing up hot girl summer. I was even doing up hot girl summer, but not in that way, because you know, man's a child of God or whatever.
Real hot girl.
Real hot girl. The vibe was amazing. I feel like people expected Afronation to be rubbish. Even a few days before Afronation started, I saw on a few influencers snaps that I saw on this girl snap, oh, don't go to Afronation, blah blah blah, like screenshots about like a prophet saying there's gonna be an explosion there. There was no explosion. And I'm a Christian myself. I'm not heavily religious, but I am spiritual, and not all the time, but I do listen to prophecies and whatever. But when I saw that, it did, like we were talking about in the group chat, me and my friends, like someone sent it, and I was just like a bit unsettled because I'm thinking, oh, like what if. But the thing is, you can't go through life thinking, what if this is gonna happen, what if that's gonna happen. Like you can't live your life in fear. If it's your time to go, or if something bad's about to happen, like so be it. But you can't be so gullible, especially when you spent money. Afronation was expensive. I feel like in total, including my flights, my accommodation, the spending money, my clothes, my travel insurance, everything concerning that whole holiday, I spent like 1.5k. So I'm not gonna go on Snapchat and see all these negative things about Afronation and then cancel my holiday. And that influencer or influencers that posted that, they were like, oh, I'm not going anymore, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, but they were there. So why are you trying to, because you're an influencer, you're a social influencer, your opinion influences a lot of people, a lot of gullible, impressionable people. I guarantee you, some people that wanted to go to Afronation, that booked to go to Afronation, didn't go because of what they saw on social media. So people, there are a lot of people that just don't want people to have fun, don't want people to have a good time, because they're not going, they don't want anyone else to go. You just can't live your life in fear. So I'm glad I didn't listen to that. And there was no bad vibes, like maybe a few squabbles here and there. I had my own squabbles, I won't lie, but it was just positivity. It was no fighting, no stabbing, no shooting, no explosion, no nothing. It was nothing like that. And I feel like it surprised a lot of people, because it's like, oh, a lot of black, because you know, I don't like to stereotype my own race, but like speaking from people that do stereotype black people, like saying, oh, we're violent, problematic, aggressive, blah blah blah, that didn't happen. So Nothing of that sort happened. After my A-levels, I really wanted a relaxation holiday, which I initially planned, but I had to cancel because of Afronation. So I did have my reservations. I was like, oh, what if it's just too much? It wasn't too much, but it's like we were always busy. Like the concert, we'd get there quite late because I think it would open at like 4, 5, because everything was on the beach. So 4, 5, and then the last performer is at 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. You try and find a motive after the festival on the strip. Getting home was long because Ubers were so limited and there was so much of us, so getting an Uber was just long. And then you get home around 4, 5, 6, and then you'd have how many hours to sleep, then get ready. It's just, it was very condensed and compressed and just a lot to do in a very short space of time. But we made it work and it was good. It was worth it. I feel like it was worth the money. It was worth every penny. I wish I could have got it for cheaper, but I booked my flights and accommodation all the way in January, like a week after I bought the tickets, the day the tickets came out. Not even before a week, we had booked the accommodation and flights, and that was hella expensive because when all these companies and these travel agents and airlines see there's a high demand in something, like people are buying for this date or around this time, they do make the prices higher because obviously it's a business, they're trying to make as much money as possible. But yeah, it was very expensive. It was very expensive. For that price, I could have gone to America, I could have gone to flipping Dubai, I could have gone to Africa, I could have gone to Asia, but I went 2 hours and 30 minutes away down the road to Portugal. So I don't regret it. It was amazing. I don't know if I'll be going next year. I feel like I've had the experience. I feel like unless it's in a different destination, it's gonna be a oh shit, here we go again thing. Like, I've had my experience and it's like, what headliners can you really bring out now? Like, you brought the big headliners, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, J Hus, all these perform. Like, what can you really do now? I feel like it was really well organized, it was well planned. Like, again, for a black event, like, people really expected it to not be well put together, but the organizers, everything was just amazing. Like, it was incredible. As I keep on saying the same thing, it was incredible. And as for like Portugal itself, Portugal is beautiful, 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 beautiful. Our hotel was next to a walking distance away from one beach. It was called Voar Beach. And we never went there. We went to Praia da Rocha, and Praia da Rocha is where Afronation was, like Praia da Rocha Beach. So we were near 2 beaches, just beautiful. Like, Portugal is a very beautiful country. However, I feel like, not everyone of course, but you know the vibe, even though Afronation, the festival itself and like being around other black people was a vibe, but around the Portuguese people, it's like you could just tell like they just weren't comfortable with us being there. It's like they didn't want you there. I've heard that Portuguese people are very racist. I definitely feel like I can confirm that. It is a European country. It is a country that's not really diverse. Like, it's mainly just Caucasian people there. There are, and I did see black people there, and I did see black people doing a lot of like the shitty jobs. I feel like maybe that's just me being too observant, especially with things to do with race, but I feel like I can say that they didn't like us being there. But it's like, you know how much money us black people are giving you as a nation and as a whole region, because it was just that tiny city in Portugal and 20,000 people were there splashing peas. You should be grateful. Like, you should not chat to us, you should not even look at us any sort of funny way. But forget that, you know, whatever. And that's also a reason why I don't think it should be in Portugal, because like most European countries, most Caucasian dominated areas are going to be racist. Like, it's just a fact of life. It's something that is not going to end anytime soon. It's something that has been going on throughout history. But, you know, just splashing my peas in a place that doesn't like people that look like me and doesn't want us there and doesn't really hide that. Do you get what I'm saying? I do have some mad stories, like little, you know, snippets of stories, but I don't know if I'm gonna say them. Let me know if you guys want to hear them, because obviously this video was just a general overview of things, but if you want me to get into certain details, let me know and I'll make story times for them. I feel like after you have gone to a party holiday or a festival holiday, you need a relaxation holiday, because it's like all that, and I came back to London and it's just because obviously the amount of sleep we were getting was just stupid, like it was really dumb. So obviously you come back to London tired. There's no time difference in Portugal, so it's just the same time as over here, so there was no jet lag. We might as well have been suffering from jet lag, because honestly the way I was sleeping, my mom was so concerned, but it was not the type of relaxation holiday. So I feel like now I want a relaxation holiday, or a holiday where I just sightsee and just chill and whatever. So I might book another holiday at the end of the year after I've done like my driving and whatever, because now it's like I'm saving money for other things. I feel like I have covered everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you follow my socials, Snapchat, Instagram and Twitter. I will leave them on the screen here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, guys. Please subscribe. I'm trying to grow. Let me know like what your thoughts were on Afronation, what your thoughts are on this video, if you'll be going next year, any questions you have that I can answer in the comment section or in another video. But that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Mwah.